Our final guest is on the couch this morning, and she's none other than Imoh Eboh. It's so good to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
I should let you know, I should let you know that she's an actor, a film producer, a creative leader as well. She's been in major productions like Jennifer's Diaries, King of Boys, and she's also produced a notable number of films like Sade and Giddy High Life. So it's so good to have you here, really.
Thank you very much.
Wow. I'm trying to decide where to start from. But let's start from the earliest that we can remember, and that's High School Musical. Few people remember that there's been only one High School Musical in Nigeria. And I believe the lead actor was Min Jin. Min Jin was the lead actor back then.
Yes.
What was it like for you? Was that what piqued your interest? Was that where your career started, or it was even before then?
It was long before then, and that was what made me stop for a long time as well.
Are you serious?
Yes, because we, since I was 8, I wanted to act because I met Auntie Funke through my sister who was in the industry, and then a husband who was in the industry as well. So since 8, I wanted to act. And years later, after I graduated from university, I went for NYSC, came back, and I auditioned, paid 5,000 naira to audition for High School Musical with this company that was sponsored by First Bank and stuff. And then those of us who got in, we rehearsed for weeks.
It was actually a lot.
Yes, we rehearsed for weeks. It was stage production, musical. Yeah. You have to rehearse for a long time. So we rehearsed for weeks and then we performed. And when we were not paid, my mother is like, this is not where you're going to be. Do you know what?
I don't know. You guys are not paid.
Go back and wait for Foreign Affairs in Abuja until you get a job at Foreign Affairs or ECOWAS. Don't come back.
Wow. So how did you handle it?
I was young. I was new. I was not, well, the Gen Zs now are bolder, so no 21-year-old will be waiting for that. I wrote a letter to fight, but they did not answer me.
They didn't.
So, I mean, it just went like that. And I don't think there's anybody who cares about thinking about that money now. Everybody has moved on. People are doing what they want to do or what they can do now. But me, I'm like, I came back here. I said,
you must
stay here.
Yes.
So I came back in 2014.
Okay.
And resumed again.
That's good. That's actually pretty brave of you. So since then till now, what has your career been like? Did that particular performance help your industry, proficiency, or was it just something that just happened and then the real you, when it comes to the industry, came about as the years progressed?
I would say the real me started in 2018. Okay. After my parents passed. Oh. Because between 2014 and 2018, I moved back to Lagos to start, and I found out that my dad wasn't feeling well, and my mom joined him in 2017. And by 2018, both of them decided that they wanted to go to heaven and have a date. So my mom left earlier, March 30. My dad joined her June 30. So they did Mother's Day month and Father's Day month. I just went. I mean, I used that to calm myself down.
Okay. So after that, you decided to really put yourself
into it, yes.
Because there was nobody to tell you that you better bring the money home and all that.
Yes. So it was around that time I did Sade that never made it out. Story for another day. Or
I was about to
story
ask
never to tell, but it was the beginning of producing for me. And
it was a lesson anyway.
It was a lesson I learned. A lesson I learned that taught me something later on. And the next one I jumped on was Giddy High Life. And when I went to study acting at Ebony Life Creative Academy, sponsored by Lagos State Government, I co-produced with 3 other producers, because in the class you end up producing with 3 other producers. So you have the different types of
project.
Yes, a project. And we produced a film that won Best Film. Nice. And we had like 7 other awards.
Nice. That's impressive. Yes. Okay, so Jennifer's Diaries, that's what many people know you for. How did you get on board that one?
Like I said, I grew up knowing Auntie Funke. So one day, this was earlier, like I was still in Abuja after my NYSC. She's like, hello, Imoh, do you still sing? I'm like, yes, ma. Okay, I wanted to be on Jennifer's Diaries. At that time, I think Dana Air just started, so we're still buying our tickets. Okay, no. I'd finished NYSC, so I couldn't buy that cheap one. But it was still cheap. It was like 10K or something, or 14K or something. So I just quickly flew to Lagos. did my one scene on Return of Jennifer 2, and went back. Then later on, she called me for Jennifer's Diary. It was only 2 episodes I did, but a lot of people remember my face from there. I'm like, this face is now like 2 times bigger and fatter. How do you remember? And well, there are new films that people remember me for, like The Wildflower, because of the kind of role I acted. It was very relatable. I was a pastor's wife who was coming to testify against somebody who raped a girl. So I'm like, oh, he raped me one time. So this is a film. It's a film.
Because I was about to ask that. Do you have
there's no pastor I have.
There's no personal experience of such that you've had.
No. Luckily, thank God. I mean, this is not to say that those who have experienced it are lucky. I really feel for them. And tomorrow being the day of the girl is not something that women should face or any girl should face.
As a person, what inspires you? Because I see that you're passionate about education on the one hand, besides your acting career as well. What inspires you?
It's development, basically. So I went to university really early, between 14 and 18, and those were the periods where we had the MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, and we had Yaradua as our president at the time, like Obasanjo into Yaradua. And before Yaradua passed, that was when I was just finishing university, so it was all about development. And before that, actually, I'd been volunteering since I was 11. From Child to Child Network to Baba for Women's Human Rights, and then orphanage support team in Covenant University, where we were visiting orphanages every month, except on holidays. And then the Easter holidays, we used to bring all of them to school to have like a fun fair and party with them, just to make them feel like you can party, you know. So I just got used to that. Then by the time I moved to Abuja, I got introduced to other people who were in this field. By 21, I registered at Ansonia Foundation and continued to work with orphanages, and I pivoted to public school students. And now we have somebody who we're sending to school. Because we don't have plenty money yet like that. We're not very buoyant. So instead of just spreading it across and just doing like the barest minimum, we're like, we'll reach our full potential. So let's face one person and make sure that this person gets to a very good level in life with education. So it has always been about development, and if we can develop one person, especially a woman, if you train a woman, if you try to bring development to a woman, you develop or you train other people, because women, you know, we know how to multiply.
That's true. Okay, so now let's touch on your foundation. Now, that foundation, would you say it has also been fruitful, so to speak, aided by your career, or is it something that stands alone?
Okay, so at the moment it stands alone, and I've not even been pushing. So I'm readjusting some things with CAC now and the Nigerian government, tax office, and all of those things. So it has been film. So I went to Ebony Life Creative Academy, like I told you, and I didn't stop there. I've now started producing more. Tomorrow being the day of the girl, I'm releasing something called 28 Days. I've been so comfortable talking about period all my life because I started my period when I was 11 years old. And the day of the girl across the world is 11th October, which is my own birthday month. So I'm like, okay, this would be a good day to talk about period, because it's something very important to me. I started at 11. I was a girl. I mean, other people say they're late bloomers. Well, maybe they started at the right time. I mean, I started too early, you know. But it would be nice.
People start at 8, 9 now. So.
Yes, it'd be nice to talk about.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to talk about it through film. And I made a 5-minute short film on period. Yes, and we're going to do more on that. A lot of people have written about endometriosis, PCOS, and fibroid. Yeah. But the beginning of that thing, where your body starts to change, you start growing boobs and other things change in your body, and then blood starts to come out. It'd be nice for people to know about it.
Thank you so much. I really admire your resilience, and I also admire your dedication to everything you're involved in. Well done, Imoh Eboh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know what? We'd like to reward you today with Chinese egg fried rice. Did you come with an empty belly?
Yes, empty, because I've been trying to trim down.
Don't worry,
I will cancel it.
Let's head to the kitchen right now for breakfast.
All right.